You start off first, bro.
Okay, hello again, everyone. I'm Michael Paul, along with John Batcher. I know that we don't typically come to you on Sundays, but this is a special case. This is actually season 2, and I guess they're going to do this the whole month of July. They did it last year on A&E, the series they have called Biography. They did a WWE month, and it went over so well that now they're doing a season 2 of WWE on A&E Biography. Also, I want to just mention quick before we get started here that immediately following Biography will be the premiere of WWE Legends, hosted by Hollywood superstar Freddie Prinze Jr. And basically what that's going to be is a roundtable discussion with a select group of WWE Legends, Hall of Famers, pretty similar to the Legends of Wrestling series that they did on WWE Network about 5 or so years ago. This is basically the same concept, except this is on A&E, so it's on free TV, and that follows Biography 10, 9 Central. But first, 8, 7 Central, the premiere of Biography of The Undertaker, and that starts in just a few minutes. Now, we have company. Hi. How you doing?
I'm just listening.
Huh?
I'm just listening.
I know.
It's okay, Miss Jenny.
But you want to see if we can find that movie? Because I can DVR this if you could find it.
I'll look.
Okay. Let me know.
Okay.
Aren't you going to tell the YouTubers why we took a 15 days hiatus?
Oh, yeah, John's computer wasn't working, but we're up and running and live now.
It was still working, but I could even broadcast on YouTube because some people think I copied their television broadcast. No, the hell I did not. The only reason why I did that by accident, YouTube, because I did not copy, I showed the match by accident.
But that didn't stop us from streaming. We were doing it on Facebook for a little bit. Anyway, it's showtime, folks, as Jim Carrey and Sting used to say. We go now to A&E Biography, this of The Undertaker.
Even more ladder matches.
God damn it.
Welcome.
God damn it.
You're a stupid kid.
Homer, is that you? The future is electric, and now thanks to
Here we go.
Undertaker, take 1, common mark, silent 6.
Wasn't made to be the Undertaker.
What does it mean to be the Undertaker? It means that
Shark
you don't get go with something. What the hell?
Prince of Darkness.
People have all these preconceived ideas of who you are, what you are. Your life is surrounded by mystery.
I've got one in the grave.
The darkness that looms over the character evokes imagination, fantasy.
I've got one foot in the grave, 2 empty pockets in the grave. I got one foot in the grave. Will you look at that? No, you look at that. I've got 2 hands that pave our way. What's going to happen here? I've got 2 hands that pave my way. This is hell on earth. I've got 2 hands that pave my way. And one more move on this way. I got 2 hands.
because it was just so different.
Rest in peace.
1986, when all this gets started for me, and you just trying to get booked somewhere and trying to make enough noise to grab some promoter's attention. And I would have never imagined taking a car service to a arena where you're about to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Here we are. Hey, buddy.
Man, what a day. I've been waiting for this for quite a while.
Oh, my goodness.
God bless you.
Rest in peace, Tim White.
Right.
Thanks. Is that about all right?
Yeah.
All right.
If I heard correctly, Tim White and Dave Hebner actually died the same day.
You should have had to call me. It means a lot. For 30 plus years, all they got was the Undertaker. They didn't get what they're going to get tonight. They get Mark Calloway tonight.
I knew that was going to be hard for him. That's a scary thing. Like, who am I as Mark Calloway the person, or where do I go from here? Wrestling's all he's done and all he's known for 30 plus years.
This man is the most revered superstar in WWE history.
The greatest quality our inductee brings to the Hall of Fame is love. Because you cannot accomplish what he has in 30 years for any other reason other than the love for his business. It is now my honor to introduce you to the newest member of the 2022 Hall of Fame, Mark Calloway, the Undertaker.
Spent quite a lot of time on these basketball courts right here. The neighborhood, it doesn't hardly resemble what it did when I was still living here. So we moved in here in what, 69?
Yeah, meditator, 69.
69. Wow. That's amazing. If these walls could talk, right?
It'd be interesting.
Yeah, to say the least. I had a pretty normal childhood. People ask me all the time what led me down this dark path of digging holes and taking souls. There wasn't anything. My parents, salt of the earth people. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, raised 5 boys, bless her heart. We were just shot at all the boys. Brother David's the oldest, Mike, Paul, and Tim. Tim, we lost Tim the day before my last WrestleMania match. So what was I like as a kid?
You were very good.
That's why y'all had 5, right? It took you 5 times to get it right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I quit.
Then you quit once you got it right. My dad, hard worker, I think he instilled that work ethic in me. During the day, he would do plumbing jobs, roofing jobs, whatever, to put food on the table for us. And then he would work all night in the press room of the Houston Post newspaper. from the early age, it was always about respect and hard work and your name and your word. And those things were instilled in me at a really early age. Growing up in Houston, I was a fan of wrestling early on. You remember taking me and Wayne to Sam Houston Coliseum to watch wrestling?
Big mistake.
Big mistake? Why is that?
Well, look what you ended up doing.
Well, it was a somewhat honest living, I guess. We didn't have a lot of money, but every now and then, my parents would scrape up some money to take us to the Sam Houston Coliseum and watch it live. The original Sheik was coming into town. And he was the nastiest of nasty bad guys. And we built ourselves up all week long, what we were going to do and what we were going to say to him when he came by us. And here he comes, and we were yelling at him, and man, he just made a quick dart towards us, and we about took out a whole row of people trying to run away from him. I mean, I was just mesmerized by it all at a really early age. Kind of got away from it as I got older and started playing team sports. Remind me how to play knockout now. I watch y'all play. Well, I think we called it 21. Hey, I'm getting a win here.
Knockout! 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 Knockout!
What is it?
2 6.
You only have 2?
I have 6.
Oh, kidding me.
Oh
I'd never played basketball. I was 13, and a kid I went to school with needed somebody else to fill out their YMCA roster, and I guess that was me. I was tall, so I figured, hey, let's get Mark to play, and kind of fell in love with the game.
The Sheik died in 2003.
We were constantly eating. I mean, Mark could never gain weight.
So I think this right here used to be the Pizza Hut. So we would play in the morning, and then we'd go hit that buffet. Finally, they told us to stop coming. I would just put a huge dent in their in their buffet. During the summer, my junior and senior, that's when I kind of started lifting weights. I was 6'8" and 215 pounds for within. In that time period, that was a big high school basketball player. Started getting a lot of interest at that point to go play college. Lon Kruger, he was at Pan American University and recruited me really, really, really heavily. I don't know, it was a couple of days before signing, and Coach Kruger called me and said, he goes, Mark, he goes, I need to win right out of the gate. He says, I'm going to go with a couple of junior college players. And I'm like, okay. That's where I went to the University of St. Thomas. That was in Houston. After 1 year of athletics, the school went bankrupt. And that's where I ended up at Texas Wesleyan University.
Mark was kind of passive. He listened to a lot of soft rock, a lot of easy rock bands like, Huey Lewis and the News and things like that. He kind of kept to himself. In the basketball realm, his style of play was a bruiser. He liked to push, he liked to shove.
My destiny was already predetermined. I was a very physical player. There was a lot of times I'd have more points scored than minutes played because of foul trouble.
Big and he lifted weights. He started to fill out. So it was 230, 235, and just solid muscle.
There was this gym that I was going to. There was a guy there. He was like, I'm going to go to this wrestling camp and I'm going to be a professional wrestler. Oh, that's cool. He goes, man, you should do this with me. And I was like, man, I think I'm going to go try to play some pro ball overseas. And every day I come in, we'd have the same conversation. The more I thought about it, it was like, well, maybe, this would be kind of cool.
From St. Petersburg, Florida, Buzz.
Sawyer, the Mad Dog.
I remember him. I used to watch
But
him on
Sawyer was training guys to wrestle.
Jordan Kipling's Wrestling on
Look at
TBS.
Mad Dog. Back with his
Gordon
own
Sawyer.
kind. He feels so at home.
He says, okay, $2,500. I'm going to teach you to wrestle, and then I'll get you a booking. And we're like, okay, that sounds great.
Well, so he can be a good guy and he can be a bad guy. You know, he tried to take people money. I said, you can't do that, bro. I said, you know, that'll come back and hunt you.
So it was the first day of training, and we're going to meet, at Buzz Sawyer's house. I don't know, close to 15 guys probably standing around this driveway. And, we're all kind of asking the question like, well, where's the wrestling ring?
And they have no ring, no, we are just always in the backyard or in the front yard. Just like grass and dirt. He had 15 rock walkers out there, in the backyard.
Man, for like the next 2 hours, we do nothing but conditioning.
We had to run around the block, and they all tired and stuff. And I said, no, we ain't through yet. It's thrown up everywhere,
Everybody's thinking that we're going to take our cars and go home and out comes Buzz. And he's all right, get out of the down position in like amateur wrestling.
He came out there and started stretching them out, twisting them all sideways and everything,
Basically, it was the way it was done back then. Guys would take your money and then they try and run you off so that you don't come back. And that was exactly what he was trying to do.
This dude said, hey guys, from the UK.
I was supposed to not come back.
This Undertaker documentary, cool.
Was there no one else there
That,
with me, but
that's
Buzz was
good
gone as
and
well.
interesting.
This is the receipt when I finally paid my last $1,000 to Buzz Sawyer. It says, I acknowledge receipt of payment of $1,000 from Mark Calloway. Boy, that was a heck of a lesson that I learned there.
I was left $2,000 in the hole and not knowing what the heck I was going to do. Basketball is becoming less and less important. Do I want to be the 12th guy on the bench in somewhere like Lithuania or something? And now I'm watching wrestling and I'm studying wrestling. The more I thought about it, it was like, well, maybe, this would be kind of cool. And like I said, I was a fan as a kid. I'm going to be a professional wrestler. Things were rough, but I knew that this is what I wanted to do.
Yes, he is. He is one of the most talented wrestlers of all WWE, William. Or Will.
I have to admit, so far, I've learned more from watching this than, because I think they did a few documentaries on him on Peacock on WWE Network. I got more detail out of this than I have from anything they ever did. And if you're wondering why I'm just sitting here, it's because they're on commercial and I'm pausing it so that, because if I wait long enough, then I can fast forward through the commercial.
I never knew that you watched wrestling since 1992.
92?
Yeah, he was watching wrestling back in 1992.
Oh, him. I was going to say, I've been watching since 82.
Michael right here is a diehard Brock Lesnar guy.
Except I told you before, and I don't even know why, but without even thinking about it, a year and a half went by that I just never thought about watching it. And then I had a friend who offered to give me money to get a pay-per-view. I thought, okay, well, I haven't watched it for a while. And within 5 minutes, I fell right back into it. I fell right back into it. And that was 30, that was by now 25 years ago. And I've been watching again ever since. Oh, you got another comment here.
He said, let me take it like this, Will. In the words of my best friend Izzy, sheesh, 80s, cool.
Yeah.
My fave is Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, and Kevin Owens.
Well, I was born 74 and started watching 82 when we moved from Chicago to Minneapolis. When we were in Chicago, there was one time that my brother was watching it in my mom and dad's room, and I came in there and just kind of glanced at it for about a minute, but I didn't really pay attention to it till we got to Minnesota. And then I started watching all the time. And then, like I said, I didn't watch for a year and a half.
If you want to ask us, Will, who's our favorite wrestler,
Yeah,
I'm going to let Michael go first.
I think the reason I didn't watch is because somehow the drama got lost, the storylines got lost, and they just kind of phoned it in. Have the match, do the interview, bye, see you next week. And it was like, I don't know what you like a conveyor belt, rinse, recycle, repeat, next, rinse, recycle, repeat, and the whole thing got boring. But then Bash at the Beach 94 and NWO, and from that point on,
we're getting to that, man.
Yeah,
he's almost done.
And from that point on, as JR used to say, business picked up again. So it got exciting again. So I started watching it. I've been watching ever since.
Well,
what did you say? We're getting to what?
Well, he said, besides who's your favorite guys, he said, man, that's a long time you remembered some of the Attitude Era wrestlers, Repo Man and Doink.
Yeah, Repo, but at the time of Repo Man and Doink, that's when I stopped watching because I thought all of that was boring. But it's Bash at the Beach 94, the Monday Night Wars, and the NWO that got me hooked back into it.
Now he's asking, besides Cool Story, he's asking who's your favorite.
My 3 all-time favorites, if I had to narrow it down, would be Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, yeah!
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, hell yeah!
And my absolutely number 1 all-time favorite, may he rest in peace, Andre the Giant.
My top 3, maybe 5 of them is The Undertaker, which is me on YouTube, but I'm a huge Undertaker fan. Shawn Michaels, Mr. Sexy Boy, Mr. Boy Toy. Triple H, Big Daddy Cool Diesel, Razor Ramon, and I might add 3 more. Roman and the Usos.
Scott Hall, absolutely, may he rest in peace. Big Daddy Cool Diesel, who also as Triple H would call it, WCW.
Wrestling.
Wrestling, yeah. But remember, in WCW, Big Daddy Cool was Big Sexy Kevin Nash.
Big Sexy. What do you think he is? Big and he's sexy? Kevin Nash?
Don't turn your back on the wolf pack.
Kevin, not Ray, but Nash. If you're watching this, don't worry. We're not making fun of you. We're talking nice about you, dog.
Except that I just lost my thought. God damn. That's why I hate my birthdays, because when you increase in age,
he said mine is
they say your memory's the second thing to go, but no one can remember what the first thing is.
He said Stone Cold, Trish, Lita, Razor Ramon. He was great, wasn't he? Hey, yo. Oh, yeah, he was.
I don't think Kevin Nash has been on TV or done any interviews since Scott passed away. At least from what I remember. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Yeah, I love the NWO, but when they split them up like that, I hated that. I thought the Wolfpack was stupid. See, that's when they took See, that's the old definition of that old saying, too much of a good thing. They should have just left it alone. It happened organically, but then they tried to recreate it and add to it. And that's really what put WCW down the toilet. They took what they had, and instead of letting it be what it was, they tried to, I don't know, recreate it.
Well, to be honest with you, Will, Kevin Nash did not play The Undertaker. It was his real life cousin, Brian Lee.
Wait, are they cousins? I didn't know that. So that's why he did it. Family helps out family, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure the money had a lot to do with it too, but
exactly. Now, I like Big Daddy Cool's music with the harmonicas. Listen to this, Will.
This is the first time I think that we're ever going to see Diesel in there with somebody heavier than he is. For the headlights. And right in front of the headlights, you see Shawn Michaels.
Diesel came out with the truck horn as his entrance. That was pretty sweet.
Oh, and I mentioned Macho Man earlier. Between the mega powers, I was more about the madness than the mania. I don't know, that whole say your prayers, take your vitamins, that to me, that got old after a while. It was rinse, recycle, repeat.
Oh yeah, cool music. I remember that good stuff.
I thought though, but see, if Hulk were to come back now, I'd flip out. Because now it would be about childhood memories. But I always thought once he won the WWE title from the Iron Sheik, to give him a 4-year title reign and he was barely on and barely defended it, that was too long. They waited too long to switch it up before supposedly giving it to Andre and taking it away in '88. Why they took it away, I don't know. Andre would have been great. Well, he had a lot of health issues that could have had something to.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask you a question, guys?
Okay.
If it's ask me, Michael. We can answer your question, dude. This is like a Q&A we're doing right here.
Well, not kind of. That's exactly what it is. You can ask me anything you want. It doesn't have to be wrestling. I'm an open book. You can ask me anything you want. I have no shame. I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to hold back. Go ahead and ask.
He's going to type in a minute.
Oh.
I thought on Jim Cornette's, listen to all his broadcast thoughts.
Say what? Read it again, please.
He said, thoughts on Jim Cornette's. I listened to all his podcasts.
Oh, you're asking what I think of Jim Cornette's podcast. I think that's basically the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I think of Jim. I don't listen to it on a regular basis, but the few that I have heard, I love Jim. He's great. Because a lot of wrestling guys are like this. They don't hold back. They tell you exactly what they think, why they think it. They don't care if anybody gets pissed off or not. They just tell you. You ask them a question, they'll tell you exactly what they think.
He's asking,
the same way.
He said to you, what do you think about Jim Cornette in general?
I look to both of us or to me?
I think he's saying that to you.
Okay. I love Jim Cornette. I think Jim Cornette's great. When any wrestling that does not have Jim Cornette, when the NWA, WCW let him go, they sucked. When WWE let him go, WWE went down the toilet. He's the best thing that ever happened to both promotions. Remember when they had their web show, Fight This, and Jim went on a rant? See, Jim knows how to rant. That's what I like about him. And he said, first of all, he talked about how WCW sucks and all that. And he ended it by saying, yeah, Hulk Hogan, you're a household word, but so is garbage. And after a while, that gets old too.
Okay,
That
now
was-
he's asking both.
That was funny. Hulk Hogan, you're a household word, but so is garbage.
He's asking both of us a question. What's your question, dude? To the both of us.
How come Monday nights aren't this?
I'm not a fan of Vince Russo. He is the most annoying person in all wrestling.
But
Do
you know
you
what?
agree, guys? So annoying.
Well, yes, but you know what? The fact that he's an egotistical asshole is what makes him so great. I mean, so is Jim, but it's in different ways, but you're hard to explain. Coincidentally, Jim Cornette and Vince Russo can't stand the sight of each other. And to hear them go back and forth with each other is hysterical.
I remember watching the original TNA Impact when Vince Russo was talking trash about my favorite manager of the Undertaker, the late great Paul Bear.
You know, I don't understand why so many people got down on WCW. When Russo was running it and they did that whole Crash TV thing, I thought that was great. It was edge of your seat TV. You never knew what was going to happen. It was great. Vince formats it too much. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Anyway, let me see if they're back, which I'm sure they are by now.
Your cousin, from
Thanks for the question. Thank you for answering.
You're welcome.
Have you not seen his podcast?
Who?
I think I heard it. I think sometimes if I do have more time, I might listen to it, and then
Damn it.
probably, huh?
Motherfucker. Hold on.
Medical history, muscle or nerve condition.
I'll let you know when I hear it, and then I'll probably get back to you,
Okay.
Will. So I'm going to add you as a moderator.
Fortnite Live. New series
There
premieres
we
Friday,
go.
August 5th, only on A&E.
Neither my mother nor my father were very excited about me leaving college to pursue this career in professional wrestling. I was going to be the first one to, get a degree in the family, and, I was right on the cusp of it. I don't think y'all approved too much of that decision initially.
You told me that. I said, you're on your own.
Anymore, if you want to ask some more questions, just come back on.
I didn't.
We're here until 10
I
o'clock.
didn't really know anybody. So
Hopefully beyond that, if you want to watch the Legends thing with me.
I'll probably watch some of it, then I might call it the night afterwards.
All right.
I'm gonna go get some more. I'll be right back.
You're wrong.
All right, I'm going to pause this.
What's up?
Well, you're gone.
Alright. Hey, Michael, do I look like the Undertaker to you a little when I have my hair like that?
No, but I'll keep this paused while you're
Alright.
gone. Or do you care? Do you want me to keep it paused or go ahead?
Just wait until I'm back.
All right, I'll wait. I was a huge fan of Mark's growing up. What's the first thing you said when you told You must not be able to see that I have a phone. You must not be able to See, I'm in the middle of a conversation right now. Oh, you must not be able to see that I'm in the middle of a conversation right now. You must. Oh, I'm sorry. You must not be able to see that I'm in the middle of a conversation. I'm in the middle of a conversation right now. Okay, well, please call Julie and tell her she needs to find business minded, and then go out there. I don't tell her all the time. She doesn't need to do with mine.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay.
See, I told you it won't be long.
You're on your own.
Yeah. I didn't have any kind of legacy. I didn't really know anybody. So I was kind of left to my own creativity on trying to figure out how I was
He wants to
get
find out
someone's attention.
if The Undertaker is a 1 or 2 hour show,
So
a 1 or 2 hour document.
Dallas,
2 hours.
2 hours, and then he said, "Can you believe Jerry the King Lawler is still wrestling? Wow, 70s?
Is he?
I said, well, if someone doesn't speak to me or acknowledge me in some positive sense, I said, I'm gonna have to stop coming because I couldn't afford
Siri,
the
how
gas to
old
drive
is
out there.
Jerry the King Lawler?"
And I said, well, if someone
He's
doesn't
72.
speak to me or
Damn, he's in the
acknowledge
same
me
age
in
group as my grandma.
positive sense, I said, I'm gonna have to stop coming because that's where a lot of the wrestlers would come in. They would pick their checks up. So every Wednesday for nearly 8 months, I would go up there. And I said, well, if someone doesn't speak to me or acknowledge me,
No way, never mind. My grandmother's older than him.
I said, I'm gonna
By
have
1
to stop
year.
coming because I couldn't afford the gas to drive out there. And lo and behold, who walks in the office is Fritz Von Erich.
One of the great all-time names in wrestling, the famous father of the Von Erichs, Fritz Von Erich. Great to see you, Fritz.
It's great to be here, Bill. I just hope that these folks...
Jerry the King Lawler wrestles on a indie show still, just to let you know, and Gangrel still wrestles too.
Kind of standing right in front of me and
Well,
just looking at me.
Speaking about Gangrel,
He was a kid out there.
it was like 1 month ago
Next thing I heard was probably
that me and half of my friends went to this USA Pro Wrestling. We wanted to invite this dude right here to come with us, but he says that he was too afraid that the power might go out.
No, God. No.
He'll tell you.
No. I didn't want to go because it was in Orlando. It was 4 hours away. We would have been gone and not come back till 1 o'clock in the morning. I didn't want to be out that late. I don't know what you're thinking about. What are you talking about? The power?
The pyro. The fireworks.
Jesus Christ. No. Not for that.
Oh, for
that didn't have pyro where you were for that USA Pro Wrestling. Or did they? No. What I was saying was I don't want to go to Monday Night Raw because I don't like the pyro going off. I have a startle reaction. I went to the WrestleMania thing because it was outside, and outdoors it's not as loud. But indoors, the sound is kind of trapped in.
It's like a sound barrier, what you're trying to say.
Basically, yeah.
Yes, Gangrel's still wrestling, but I don't know if he's wrestling and...
everything for me. He goes, let's book him Friday night. He looks like David.
The state flag of Texas indicates who David Von Erich is for.
David being one of his sons that he had just lost in Japan, that I happened to resemble. And that's what it took. Next thing you know, that Friday, I'm working in the Sportatorium on their TV show, under the mask, under the moniker of Texas Red.
Weighing in at 315 pounds from the Lone Star State, Percy Pringle presents Texas Red.
Brody with that big elbow to take young Texas Red down. A talented young man who probably wonders how he got this match with the experienced superstar.
He's saying, have you seen Lex Luger in the wheelchair?
I think I got 5 or 6
once
bookings.
they did
I
some
don't know
kind of
anything about the rest of the business, really. Inside or outside.
I don't remember if it was on WWE programming or not.
That's where I met a South African kid. His name was Steve Simpson.
Here's Steve Simpson, crisscross.
Let me backtrack this a minute so I don't miss anything. He was being interviewed on some show. I don't remember if it was Dark Side of the Ring or if it was some kind of documentary on WWE Network, but I did see Lex Luger do an interview from the wheelchair. Yeah. It's highly unlikely that he will wrestle again, being that he is in the wheelchair. Well, if he still is, I don't know. But yeah, he's a quad now, quadriplegic, so it's not likely that he is going to wrestle again. He made one more appearance after WCW went under in 2003. I think he and Bagwell made an appearance for TNA, but even that was just an appearance. They didn't fight. So, yeah, Luger is a quad now. He's in the wheelchair, so maybe you'll see him on an interview here and there if WWE decides to do a documentary, but otherwise, not very likely.
With that big elbow to take young Texas Red down. A talented young man who probably wonders how he got this match with the experienced superstar, Bruce Brody.
I think I got 5 or 6, 7 bookings.
Yeah, steroids.
I don't know anything
I'm
about the
guessing
rest of
that
the business,
is what
inside or outside of the
it
ring.
was. Okay, what
And
it was.
that's where I met a South African kid.
Do
His
you,
name was
do
Steve
you
Simpson.
think, guys?
Here's Steve Simpson, crisscross, cross again. Oh, what a high cross body right
He
there.
thinks that what they're doing is that steroids is probably causing the whole situation with some of the wrestlers that you used to watch.
So we got some promo pictures. All these pictures were in a graveyard. I thought to myself, wow, that's
I've never
odd.
seen
You know
him.
what I'm saying?
Steve Simpson.
Anytime the foreigners came in, the
Who did
Americans or
Steve
whoever
Simpson
in the English
wrestle
came
for?
in, they were always going to be the
World
bad
Class.
guys. So they give me this chain, and they said, just take this chain with you. So my first night out, I'm working against Tiger Singh.
Tiger Singh had a massive following, very successful wrestler, and they loved him.
I hit him with the chain. I bust him open. He goes flat, right? And the crowd, the fans, they just completely circle the ring. I'm getting hit with bottles, rocks, chairs, you name it, I'm getting hit with it.
He's a
They were
former
still
wrestler
trying to riot.
of World Class
But,
Championship
I
Wrestling,
made it out.
just like my housemate
It was
said.
the wild, wild west.
Steve Simpson.
And I'm, 22
Steve
years
Simpson.
old.
Steve
And,
Simpson, yeah.
yeah, just getting subjected to rocks, bottles, chairs every week. I grew up a lot in South Africa, that's for sure.
You were basically being paid to learn the business, but it was by no means
He had a
fortune.
younger brother named Sean that wrestled for a short time.
I got this break as Texas Red, and then I got to go to South Africa. I'm right back in the same situation. I don't have any place to live. I don't have anything lined up. But all of those things made me a stronger, tougher person.
I've been to the United States Penitentiary. I'm not ashamed to do it. I went up there on a bad route.
By the time I got to Memphis, I was pretty salty.
And now they're pushing up Davies.
I'm learning now. I'm learning what the world of professional wrestling is and what I have to do to protect myself.
The master of pain grabbed and powers when he went down to the mat.
And also to continue to grow as a talent.
Matt Cardona got bottles and stuff cracked at him at the GCW Crazy.
Was this today?
Ask him. Was this happened today or recently?
I couldn't get booked.
To Ruby. New series premieres Thursday, August 18th, only on A&E.
Calls himself Master of Pain. Yeah, that's right.
3 months ago, when he won the title, fans were not happy.
At this point, I've gone to South Africa. I've come back and couldn't get booked again. There's some nights I'm sleeping in my car, starved to death. I get the call to Memphis to work with Jerry Lawler.
Jerry Lawler, whatever you call yourself, if you get out alive, you'll be thankful.
And Jerry Lawler loved working with big guys and meeting big guys.
BJ, Master of Pain, look out for this guy. He's huge.
You're always looking for something that is eye-catching. And Mark's physique, his size, his height, I mean, you couldn't ignore this guy.
I get a new name. I'm the Master of Pain. I'm straight out of Atlanta Federal Penitentiary.
All right, either one of you jerks, let's go.
I mean, he was green. But the great thing about it was he knew he was, and he was really eager and anxious to try to learn.
Master of Pain climbs in there against the King, Jerry Lawler. This is a World Unified title match.
He wants to find out what wrestling do you guys, what wrestling do you watch? WWE, AEW, Impact.
Raw, SmackDown, and AEW. We can't watch
just a sense of being in the ring with certain guys. Yeah,
we don't get access to TV.
He had a big future ahead of him.
But there's a way we can watch reruns and that's it.
They're so tall. 6'8", 6'9".
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. What the?
Just a sense of being in the ring with certain guys. Yeah, I knew immediately that he had a big future ahead of him.
Not only are they big when we talk about the Heritage Gym, they're so tall. 6'8", 6'9".
So now we're going on the WCW.
At the time in WCW, Dan Spivey and Sid Vicious were the Skyscrapers. And Sid broke a rib, punctured a lung. There's not a lot of guys in the country that are 6'8", 6'9", that aren't just massive blobs of people, right? Jim Cornette had seen me, and he had let them know there's a kid down in Tennessee that could probably take over for Sid. That's how I got that break. I fit the description of what a skyscraper was. That was my first big company.
He was green, but he knew all the fundamentals. I could tell he was a good athlete.
I'm all for, and you see such size, strength, and pure tenacity. Yeah, when we come down on your head, man, you're not gonna know what hit you.
The Skyscrapers are working against the Road Warriors.
Hey, Skyscrapers! It's time to get ready for what?
WCW was in turmoil the whole time. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. They made all these promises, and he got two great big guys that were athletic and could move and do the things that we could do. And, they never did anything with us.
So Danny comes to me and he goes, just tonight, just follow my lead. I was like, what's that mean? He says, just follow me. Just do, just stay by me. Oh, okay.
I just got tired of all the bullshit with WCW. For some reason, that just ticked me off that night. Just going crazy. I mean, I just kind of lost it.
And nobody beat down the Road Warriors. Danny beat down the Road Warriors.
Oh my God!
The chair was all bent up and stuff. And I could look at Mark. He was just like, wow.
Yeah, blame the Road Warriors out!
That was the last night that I worked with Mark. I went back to Japan. I was so mad at the WCW for not doing anything with us. They handled it terribly. Mark was good. I mean, they didn't do anything with him after I left.
Again, I'm getting hit with these shots that are just, major setbacks for, me trying to progress in the business.
I thought Mark's pairing with Dan Spivey was terribly miscast. I found Mark Calloway behind the scenes was more fascinating than WCW's presentation of me and Mark.
I told you he was the original Paul Heyman guy.
Was a man's man, great athlete. Anyone, I don't care if you're 4'9", that can walk the top rope the way that he did and drop an elbow, let alone someone his size. He needed to showcase this.
I've been with WCW now about 8 or 9 months, I guess. And it was time to start renegotiating my contract. I was happy there. I liked being in WCW. So I called in, and Ole Anderson was there, who was booking the territory at the time. That basically offered me the exact same deal that I just worked on. And I was like, okay. I was hoping for just a little bit of a bump. Ole looked right at me and he goes, Mark, you're a great athlete, but no one's ever going to pay money to watch you wrestle. Wow. Okay. I was really taken back. Like, how do you react to that? Like, this is like the passion of my life, and then here's somebody of Ole Anderson's stature, someone that you looked up to, basically telling you that you ain't got it.
And Ole told me that big red-headed stepchild will never draw any money, and that was that. Mark had to get out of there. WCW fumbled their opportunity with Mark from the first day they had it.
That was a definite shot in the gut. But it ended up fueling me that much more because then I had a chip on my shoulder. It took my determination to even a higher level because I knew within me that I had something to offer, and they were the ones making the mistake.
Hold up. Let's go back just 1 second.
People will suffer less.
If we can't do this, no one can.
60 days in, new season, Thursday, August 18th, only on A&E.
Hey, Booker T here. After Legends comes the amazing new series, WWE Rivals, and then it's Smack Talk Time with yours truly at 11, where I'll be joined by Peter Rosenberg and Jackie Redmond. Don't go anywhere. WWE on A&E Rocks On.
For those of you who don't know by now, the rumors are true. The bad seed of Big Apple Paulie dangerously is now managing the roughest, toughest, meanest, leanest, loudest, rudest, crudest man in the NWA. Me, Mark Kelly.
Press line down.
How do you like that, huh?
Down goes me, Mark. Annihilation. I'm a big one. That's 300 pounds.
I was doing things that guys my size, they didn't do in the ring. I'm a big guy, but I've got this agility and I'm athletic and I can do a lot of things that guys my size can't do when you're thinking you're going to get a raise. And then you get hit with, no one's ever going to pay money to watch you wrestle. That was a definite shot in the gut. There wasn't much to say after that.
I think that they kind of looked at me, Mark Callis, as very one-dimensional and I dare say boring. It was a big guy, skyscrapers. They weren't doing an awful lot with him, nor did they allow either guy to show much of their personality.
At that time, Paul Heyman was my manager, and he had been in contact with Bruce Pritchard, and they were trying to get me a meeting with Vince.
Well, I was under contract at WCW, and I betrayed that contract. I breached it. I violated it. Mark wanted out, and I had a conversation with Bruce Pritchard.
Paul said, hey, Mark's contract is coming up. Are you guys interested? And I was very interested. I wanted to talk to him.
And we covertly arranged a meeting between Mark and Vince McMahon.
We had a meeting scheduled, and it was the day after WCW had a pay-per-view event that me and Mark had wrestled Lex Luger in that match.
Bruce Pritchard thought he had talent. Vince McMahon watched the tape and didn't think he had any talent at all.
We got a phone call from Vince saying, he's just another tall, red-headed basketball player to me. I don't see anything in it. Cancel the meeting. I didn't know Mark from Adam, but there was something about him that was unique, and there was something about him that thought, you know, we could do something with this guy.
Finally, Vince took a meeting with him.
We had worked the Meadowlands the night before, so Paul Heyman wanted us to go out in the city the night before my big meeting. I was like, sure, Paul.
Well, there's no sense in having a meeting with Vince McMahon if you can't unwind in advance and let loose a little bit before your big meeting that would affect the rest of your entire life and generations to come.
So my dumb self wears the clothes that I'm going to the meeting with, right? We're going to the China Club. I got to look nice.
I had a sports car that sat very low to the ground. So when the 6'6", 6'7", however tall Mark is, bent down to get into my sports car,
I ripped the whole ass out of the seat of my pants.
Completely blown out. Crotch down to the calves.
I said, I just ripped my pants. Don't worry about it. We'll fix it. Don't worry about it.
There weren't many emergency tailors in New York City at 1 o'clock in the morning, at least that I knew of.
We finally get back to Paul's house, I don't know, 3, 4 in the morning. And I'm trying to find a sewing kit. And I've never, at this point in my life, never sewed up anything. I get them put back together. We go out to Vince's house, and very conscious of not like turning my back to anybody so they can see like this unmatched seam and all the strings and stuff hanging out of the back of my pants.
I thought it was funny. I thought he should show up at the meeting with the pants ripped. I figured that at least Vince McMahon will remember it. Mark didn't share that opinion.
I meet with Vince. It seems like it's going really well.
What was supposed to be a 30-minute meeting ended up going 4 hours.
Vince really fell in love with the human being, Mark Calloway, instantly, and thought that, this guy's got a future. I think he's going to work out.
How could that man walk into a room and someone like Vince McMahon with all of his big visions not go, ka-ching?
I'm aware of the fact that they're discussing and they're trying to get me booked, but they still, they haven't figured out what they're going to do.
A lot of mystery surrounding that massive oval.
They start this promotion where they've got this gigantic egg on the set.
And it's going to be hatched in Survivor Series.
And as soon as I saw it, I was just like, oh, no, they're going to make me Eggman. They're going to make me shave my eyebrows off and shave and I'm going to look like Mr. Clean, and I'm going to be a giant egg.
To be clear, Mark Calloway was never a candidate to be hatched out of an egg. Also, to be clear, it was also a great idea and a great rib to make Mark Calloway think that he could be hatched from an egg. Then be the Eggman and maybe shave his head, and we could have a whole nother career. Who knows?
I right back.
I had worked myself up so much that I just knew
On,
the
John.
phone was
Grab
going to
that
ring.
mic.
And
You want me to wait?
Yeah. Okay. Missing nothing. Wow. Thank you.
God damn it.
Someone how to commit the perfect crime.
She hasn't been seen for more than a week now.
Hasn't heard from Lee Porter. A young woman obsessed with snapping selfies. Now, nowhere to be found.
I don't want anybody to hurt her. I just want her to home safe.
Following all the clues to find her. Or her killer.
This one number kept popping up over and over, and I had never heard that name before.
The three men in her final days interrogated. The ex-boyfriend.
She did not me.
The guy who wanted to be her boyfriend.
No way did I make any advances on her whatsoever.
And his roommate. What did he see in the dark of the night?
The back to the road, and I was went to sleep.
But it's her grieving brother.
Please come home to us.
Who does what police cannot.
It doesn't make sense why she's gone. I don't get it.
Using a hidden iPhone to catch the killer.
You killed my sister. All this recorded. Call the cops.
Could it have been a script?
This is amazing. It's great food.
God damn it.
You look amazing tonight. And then that dress is an incredibly good knockoff. But fortunately,
Kyle,
open it.
right now?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, this is definitely not an umbrella. You really shouldn't have.
Actually, my mistake. I tried to get you to dress before tonight, but I got busy with work. I didn't see you leave the house. I definitely wasn't going to sit. This is for tonight.
Tonight? Like now? Okay, I can go put it on.
Great. And the shoes match.
Thank you.
Ooh, holy girl! That dress has got to be like $1,000, but you killing it.
This isn't a kiss goodnight on a cheap dress.
No, girl, it's a kiss good morning in the sheep's dress.
No.
Drop dead gorgeous.
If my mom could see me now.
Your mom doesn't see you at all. She only sees her baby, not the woman you are. So graceful, intelligent, and talented. The thought of you becoming a woman, young and beautiful with a whole future ahead of you, your mom feels threatened.
Sarah Bragg doesn't feel threatened by anything.
And you don't know her either. So, I'm,
Going back to Greenwich and wondering if I need a ride.
Do you?
Listen, I had a lot of fun tonight. I really did. And this dress, it's so beautiful. I just feel like you want more, and I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Knows it is.
So far. Oh.
Well, thank you again for tonight. I had fun.
Carly, I wouldn't expect you to come home with me on the first date or ever. But I wouldn't mind a kiss goodnight.
Right? Your company is here.
5 past tomorrow. I gotta go. Thank you for tonight. It was lovely.
I'll see you soon.
Yes, you will. No. No, wake up. You're never gonna believe. Kyle. Hi.
Hey, you forgot your knockoff. Welcome.
With Circle, your water is deliciously flavored at the turn of a dial.
me burn you. I got wrath too.
Wrath. Putting your sticks taking eggs. Oh, never mind.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Breakfast out back?
No. I don't think that we should.
You don't have to hide from her. Breakfast inside?
Yeah. I really like this one. And I'm thinking about placing it right here. What do you think, Car? I like it. I love it. It's great.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Great. On to the next.
As you know, we've selected the item and it's processing right now. I'll call you soon, okay?
What, Ben?
Hi, Carly. I want to see you today.
Ben, I don't know. You said that we should take some time, and I'm kind of starting to think that you're right. Okay. Meet me at Old Bridge after class, and do not be late.
Great. I'll be there soon.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Need to take that?
No, it's my mom. Hi, Mom. What? I've been trying you all day, honey, because I didn't want to leave a message. Ben was attacked. What? What do you mean? How is he? He's still unconscious, his mom said.
What's going on? How's all this happening right now? How's it all piling on? I mean, the break-in and Laura and Albin?
My poor baby. Life just piles on sometimes, and all we can do is stick our way out. We had to change. What is this? How you book your clients now? You tell me. Is this how I book my clients now? Is it, Carly? Are you dating him? That's where you were today? What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with me? But you can't see that because you don't see me. All you see is your baby. When you act like one.
I trusted you. And this is what you... With a client of mine?
Our client.
Even worse. Talk about a professional. But it doesn't matter now because there's no job. I have to quit.
We can't go back to this house to work after this.
The only question left is whether you are going to stop dating him or keep lying to me.
Not.
With this coverage, your family can have help with your final expenses at a time they may need it most. And it won't hurt your wallet because it has economical options to fit almost every budget. You get lifetime coverage, and the affordable rate for the plan you choose will stay that way with our rate lock guarantee as long as your coverage lasts. Plus, the coverage comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can make sure you're completely satisfied with the plan. Life is what you make it. Colonial Penn can be there with help for your loved ones when you can't. Call 1-800-384-4306 for free information about affordable life insurance from Colonial Penn. That's 1-800-384-4306. 1-800-384-4306. Call now.
It'd be so much easier to get over Kyle if every guy in the world just didn't act like he was 9. This won't get any worse.
Listen, Carly. The one true lesson that I've ever learned
In all your years.
in all of my years is that things can always get worse.
Yeah, thanks. That made me feel a lot better.
Something.
Well, I really let my mom down. And Ben, who I've loved since I was 14, is unconscious. All I can think about is him. Kyle. I really miss him. I want to be with him right now.
Brett has said that Kyle's been heartbroken since she broke up with him.
We didn't break up. We barely... Brett, you are seeing him. Why didn't you tell me?
Okay, seeing is a little bit overstating, but it would be kind of nice if we could all, get together and hang out.
No, I can't do that to my mom.
Hey, you still want a job?
Laura, she...
There's an open spot. Yours if you want it, someone else's if you don't.
might think so if you didn't know that I actually. Melanie! Hi, Dan.
Girl, go on. Have fun. Be a grown-up. Hurry up. Smooch it. Mwah. Call you later.
So what? You just call me a car and expect me to come? Is that where we're at?
Yeah.
Should have made you work for it a little harder.
Kitty? We had to tiptoe around your mother? Never had to work for it harder.
Already taking me for granted.
How can I prove it to you otherwise? Do you want me to tell you I love you? I do. I'm more surprised by it than you. I mean, come on, when we first met, I was definitely attracted and intrigued. I never thought an 18-year-old, but you're not like any other 18-year-old girl. Not even when I was 18. More like any woman since.
Is that where we're at?
Yeah.
Should have made you work for it a little harder.
Kitty? We had to tiptoe around your mother? Never had to work for it harder.
Already taking me for granted.
How can I prove it to you otherwise? Do you want me to tell you I love you? I do. I'm more surprised by it than you. I mean, come on, when we first met, I was definitely attracted and intrigued. I never thought an 18-year-old, but you're not like any other 18-year-old girl. Not even when I was 18. More like any woman since.
I don't know what I would do for you. There's just so much weird stuff going on right now, and my world's spinning. But you're my only constant. It's my turn to make breakfast.
And she cooks.
Thank you.
Welcome. Be right back.
Okay.
Amanda James.
I heard you fired Sarah Brown.
I did. Now is not a good time.
I can see why. Look at what she has done to the place. Not my taste at all.
Look, like I said, now is not a good time. Hi, Carly. And she cooks.
Thank you.
Welcome. Be right back.
Okay.
Amanda James.
I heard you fired Sarah Brown.
I did. Now is not a good time.
I can see why. Look at what she has done to the place. Not my taste at all.
Look, like I said, now is not a good time. Hi, Carly.
Are you kidding me? He's not our client anymore. Isn't it really the argument you want to go with? I lied to you again, Mom, but it's okay now because I already cost you the job. He loves me.
would be ridiculous.
Why is that so ridiculous? He's nice to me. And he's kind, and he's sweet, and supportive. I mean, should I really give that up because you feel threatened?
Threatened? Boy, you've really come into your own, haven't you? So grown up.
Maybe this is a
Maybe
good
if
time.
you're such an adult, you shouldn't be living off of mommy and daddy anymore. Maybe it's time for you to get your own apartment and pay your own bills.
Yeah. Maybe I should. So I can breathe. Goodbye. Are you sure there's enough room for me?
Of course. If we were living in a dorm, we'd have less room than this. But it'll be fun. Besides, I don't expect you to be sleeping here that much anyway.
No. I'm not going to be sleeping there that much. And for the time that I'm here, I'm going to pay rent.
With what? Don't tell me you took the big step of moving out and asked for an allowance. Girl, what?
Of course not. I'm going to work at the Roxford.
Looking good, new girl. Please talk to me.
He's 50 years old. How would you like it for one of your friends stay with her? One of the old geezers at work?
Sarah. Two new friends. Two really good friends.
What a week. I need a vacay. Who is down to get on the first train out of Dodge?
No, you just seem to try.
Oh, honey, the fast track. All the way.
So, you say we take this outside? Get some fresh air?
Here, cut this off. I had to turn it off because my DVR screwed up. So I had to turn it off. But it's a pretty good bet that next Sunday, before they premiere a new episode, that they'll rerun the Undertaker one. So and a message came up that said there's a DVR conflict and whatnot. I didn't know how to fix it, so I just turned it off and turned on to finish the movie, and whatever's DVRing I'll watch later. Maybe I can DVR the replay, I don't know.
So do you want me to cut the...
I guess, I don't know. Yeah, sure, okay. Well, it depends how long you're going to be. I don't know how late I'm going to be up.
Thank you for joining us on this special WWE's A&E.
Yeah, by the way, we'll next Sunday maybe we'll start early so we can catch the replay. Don't know who's going to be on next week, but at any rate, we're done. Bye. See you tomorrow.
John and Undertaker signing out.